Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Peaky Blinders. This is episode 4 of season 2. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series so far. So last episode ended interestingly anyway. Tommy went to buy a horse. His plan is to buy a horse and race it at the Derby and take down Sabini in his prized possession race pretty much. This is the race, this is the event that he shines and wins every year. And obviously Tommy wants to take him down. He wants to send enough people in there to cause obviously a distraction for the police to obviously like kind of take all the Peaky Blinders out while he kind of infiltrates the high prestigious box where Churchill and obviously all the big boys are, and obviously wants to make a mark and beat him at the biggest game, well, of them all, pretty much the biggest race of the year. So it's going to be interesting to see obviously where we go with that, because he wanted to borrow 1,000 to buy a horse and he ended up bidding 2,000 on it because he got into a bidding war with some female who actually looks like she was really rich and didn't actually care about the horse, but she was kind of interested in Tommy and like thinking, why does he want it? So after Tommy actually won, she went and actually introduced herself and said that she was a trainer, and she gave him his card. And she was saying, like, if you need anybody to train your horse, you know, if you want to win and take it serious, then obviously give us a shout. Now, obviously, the Peaky Blinders, Arthur and John at the back was all whistling and making noises and stuff like that. But Tommy's considering it. He went and sat back home and got the card out and looked at it. So I think that's going to be interesting to see, obviously, if this woman maybe plays a part. Maybe it's his new grace, who knows. But yeah, while he was at that event, as he was leaving, Sabini's man, the one that has been tasked with taking down Tommy, who told Sabini plenty of times before that the reason why he's not took him out already yet is because he's waiting for the perfect time, that he's on his own, in the right place, where he can make sure he gets it done. Didn't actually do any of that and attacked him in a big crowded area in terms of the Peaky Blinders. As soon as he whipped his weapon out, he was on him. Arthur, bang, 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 losing control again. Obviously, Michael, he's witnessed all of it. Tommy's like, you better go outside, go, go. He's like, nah, I'm sound, mate. You know, like, I'll be the driver. Get him in the car, we'll get off. And obviously, he helped with that situation. Then when he returned home to Polly, she asked him, you know, like, how was the event? And he was like, yeah, it's sound. Did they get into trouble? No, they didn't get into trouble, Mum. You know, they was great. I really loved it. So, really good, mate. He's got all their backs. And what's interesting as well is, obviously, we've got here Tom Hardy's character. I forgot his name. I always forget it. Alpha, that's it. Yeah, we've got Alpha. He's running his bread business, isn't there? 100 men turned up, all of them are bakers. One of them actually made a joke that there's no bread. You know, he didn't like that. He ended up taking one of them out, absolutely smacking him in his face, beating him down, and said, that's it, mate. You know, there's one rule. Don't talk about the bread. Don't talk about the product. Don't talk about the rum. And actually, there's more rules. It's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't sleep with a Jewish female. So I actually think someone's going to actually do that at some point, and I'm going to be interested to see how he reacts, because he seems like he's got a short temper. He seems intimidating. He seems like he's going to be a good addition to the show. And then we also seen that Beanie as well actually retaliate against the Peaky Blinders by going and killing somebody inside the prison. He went in, slit his neck. It was ruthless, mate. The guy was only in there for £5 as well. He was only going to spend the night there, and obviously he was attacked. Tommy has to sort that out. He has to know that if there's got people inside, that they can be protected. So he's told his team, he's told a couple of his men to purposely get arrested and go inside and find who's done this so they can get justice. So it's going to be really interesting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into episode 4 of season 2 of Peaky Blinders.
Where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom.
I think that just giving money out is just going to sort everything, but it's not, is it, man? Literally, like I said last episode, you can't put a price on a life.
You might think this is a curious place for me to suggest a meeting. The surprises have only just begun.
Oh, did he work for them? Or they work for him? Oh, it's mad, that.
Blowing up the garrison's your idea. I thought the Fenians had a policy.
Enough.
Hey, of not mixing the personal with the political.
I said enough.
Some weeks ago, Mr. Shelby carried out a military mission on behalf of pro-treaty Republicans here in Birmingham.
You.
Following the success of your mission,
We're gonna make you do it again.
Will you shut up?
can we just conduct ourselves here, please? Conduct ourselves!
I am.
Did you ask why in France?
Yeah. Why me?
Because.
Because.
You will have complete immunity after the fact, but in the execution, you will get no help from agents of the crown.
I say no.
What about your export license, Mr. Shelby? You had
Right.
a deal with Mr. Churchill.
Got him there.
I have men in places your men can't go. Donal Henry meets the anti-treaty baddies in the back room of the Mother Red Cap in Salt Lake.
Go on, Tommy. That was sick.
Bring me proof. The spy is dead. And we have a deal.
Ah. Mate, I said that I wanted that guy to die. He's too cocky, mate. And now he's like... I mean, I don't know. He could be chatting, couldn't he, Tommy? Because the guy is literally standing up to him. He's being dead arrogant. But I actually believe Tommy, me. Like, you know, he's got people... He has got all people all over. He seems to have somebody in every little nook and cranny of the... Like Birmingham, London. He's always got somebody with eyes somewhere. And if he says that, he thinks that that guy is like a double agent. Do you know what I mean? Then I'm going to believe him. So it's going to be interesting.
Now on you go.
They're all going for it, aren't they, in there?
Shut up! This place is under new management.
See what I mean, man? They've got a pure confidence, haven't they? Just to walk in there and just like literally say, "This is our place now. We're the captains." Do you know what I mean? And just, mate, those bottle jobs are mad, aren't they? Like he just literally just like jabbed him like 3 times right in his face. And like, do you know what I mean? Like you seen how Sabini reacted the first time he just turned up. Yeah, they had a fight here and there a little bit. But they come and nearly killed Tommy. They actually did. And they took his sister. So now they've gone in, they've actually took over the place, said this is ours now, and absolutely blooded quite a lot of them. There's going to be a big retaliation. Oh, who's that? Oh, they've done him in. The guy's a war hero that he's going to have to take out. Been there all episode, that little cut, hasn't it?
Somebody to see you, Mr. Shelby. He says he's come about the position of accounts clerk.
Michael. Vacancy's been filled.
Not according to this morning's paper. Mum says you've had 6 different accounting clerks in the last 6 months. But I, like Lizzie out there, already know what you do. Mum says you want to be 80% legal within 2 years.
I actually like how Tommy's got the intention of becoming legal.
I'm 18 on Friday. I'll go where I please.
Wait until Friday, Tommy.
You found your mother.
Innit? If she sees him sat there working when she comes in, she's not going to be happy. He needs to tell her, really.
May Carlton?
Mr. Shelby has his proper meetings in his other office.
Well, this was the address that he gave me. And now I feel a bit of an idiot because I'm early and he's late and I have no idea how to behave.
In a gambling den. If I open the door again, they'll all want to come in.
I'm going to train his racehorse.
You know horses? Slept in a manger when I was a baby.
I was born riding too.
He's told us a lot about you.
Don't know where he is, do you?
Sorry I'm late. That was a family matter.
It's out in the open. What about the police?
What about him?
I drove into Smallheath. I thought I was going to get murdered. I mentioned your name. It's like being escorted to see a king.
It is like being escorted to see a king when you go into that place. If you got everybody under your command, you know what I mean? Everybody on your payroll, you say Tommy's name, they're going to let you through. Especially someone like in a position of wealth like that coming through, all eyes are going to be on her. Now, it's interesting that she was saying that, you know, she's rolled horses all of her life. And I like how Esme said that. She's rolled them as well. Now, it got me thinking, if Tommy's bought a horse, he's going to need someone to ride it. Now, obviously, like, what jockey is he going to get? It'd be pretty cool if they get somebody within the family who's actually been in it. Like Michael said that he's rolled them. Esme said that she's rolled them. Maybe this one said, you know, like she's rolled them as well. It'd be nice to see somebody, I don't know, I like family business, so to speak, and it'd be well good to see a female jockey win. We've seen it, obviously, in real life. Rachel Blackmore's won the Grand National. So it'd be good, obviously, to see it in, when was this set? Like 1908 or something, 1918? Like back then, that would be like totally alien, wouldn't it? So they're always trying to break boundaries and push the, like, you know what I mean? Like, push it, so who knows?
She's blessed, very blessed.
Well, she's from the best stock.
But I'd rather have a colour pony. Mixed blood is stronger.
So when's your box van coming?
Midday.
Well, you've got time to take the lady to the garrison.
What do you drink?
So early, but gin. Goodness, with something?
Like what?
Where's your tonic, mate?
Tonic water?
You wanna fuck me, Mrs. Carlton? Perhaps because I represent something to you.
Because you're paying me a lot of money to train your horse, that's why I'm here.
Good. Well, it's house then. To the derby.
So is that what you say to women? What if they don't want to fuck?
Then life is simpler. I want a horse that will pay out at Epsom on an each-way bet. You see, I'm not gypsy, like you mean.
You did register for France. They also sent your name to the War Office. You won 2 medals for gallantry.
Does that really impress you?
Charles is the box hunter.
You know, I still don't know what you're going to call your horse.
Price is secret. I'll give the job to the other candidate. He's better qualified anyway.
Michael did City and Guilds.
This other boy, he knows racing. He's good. He's a fast learner.
He made a big speech about wanting to help you build up a respectable business.
You want him to do this job?
Colin,
Yeah.
I want what you want.
What about this other more qualified candidate?
Well, I lied. There isn't one. 3 bob.
Like hell.
3 and 6.
4.
4 it is. Happy birthday, Michael.
18 years old. You're a man today.
A toast
Toast.
to Michael.
To Michael.
You all right?
What is it, just us?
Just us.
We're celebrating.
Just taste this. What do you think, Arthur?
Yeah, it's good.
That is part of an export drive. We now have a secure warehouse in Camden Town and secure passage to the Poplar Docks. People are making their own booze and bathtubs, but rich people are still paying a lot of money for the real stuff. All of the whiskey will be packed at the docks, so Michael can do the books without being involved.
Did you notice how he dropped in New York as well, kind of where Grace is? Do you know what I mean? But he wants to obviously expand across America and Canada then, which, again, getting this license so that the boats can go through without being searched would be perfect, wouldn't it? Because obviously sending 1,000 over of one and 500 of the expensive stuff as well. He's saying that in the US, like, they're you know, they've not really got it, the fine whiskey. People are kind of creating their own, and like, but the big boys, you know, the people with the top dollar, they want the real stuff. And obviously he's got this import license now that he can send it over. And you know what, like I say, he's trying to do it, I don't know, not legally, but he wants to keep Michael away from obviously the dodgy business so that he can obviously keep him on the straight. You know, he said to her, didn't he, we'll keep him away from the old and we'll keep him in the new business.
You know I hate to see you not even married, yeah? I have a fine-looking cousin. She'll make your life hell. You deserve her.
Faith in family's a fine thing, eh? And I wouldn't even be counting. I've become 24, 24 it is.
You know I'm no good with numbers, Tom.
If 24 ever became 23, and that'd be tax. What's this? Olives.
Yeah, it's miscellaneous. Little bits of fucking onion and things.
You've taken £600 on olives. I told you, Arthur.
I was going to ask, where's he buying his stuff? Yeah.
We take a course. We don't sell direct. How much of that 600 came out of your pocket? I put you down here because people are scared of you, Arthur. But if you don't straighten up, it'll be John's turn in London.
It's under control.
I was going to ask that question, me. Do you know, like, when he was having it then? I was going to say, there's no doubt that these guys can afford it. They got pure dough, aren't they? But we haven't seen them acquire it. And I was going to say, like, where are they buying it from? Who's the dealer? Do you know what I mean? How much is it costing them? Because it must cost an absolute bomb. We see how much things cost, obviously, here when they go and do all the other different things. And, like, I literally was just thinking it. As he was sniffing it then, I was thinking, God, we've seen him have loads of that this episode and the last. Like, he's getting addicted, that's one. But then where's he getting it from and how's he buying it? Because it just sounds like then he's using company money. 600 quid as well.
What's your business?
Sorry, I'm lost here.
Yeah, well, you can't stop here. Move on.
Looking for Ada.
Who are you?
You get up late these days, Ada?
I go to bed late.
Yeah, where's Carl?
What do you want, Tommy? Oh, God, before you start sizing him up for a wedding suit, he's not interested in me or in girls of any kind.
Ada.
What? Tommy won't judge you. He sure as hell won't go to the police.
Does your lodger know your name?
Yeah. Thorne.
I don't have any children, Ada. So, I've set up a trust fund. The beneficiaries will be John's kids and Carl.
Are you sick?
I'm just doing what any ordinary man would.
He must know that they're going to war, innit? Like, there's a chance that he could die.
Did you know they was going to take the Eden Club?
I know about the Eden Club. I know what I know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't fucking know. All the time you were talking about dirty fucking Jews. All the fucking time. Dirty fucking Jews, dirty kites, dirty dustbins. You want to talk about not getting into places, yeah?
Everybody makes fucking jokes. You fucking invite a tribe of savages into the city and just fucking unlock the fucking gates.
You saying you're sorry?
Yeah.
You're sorry about the Jew thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of fucking control, mate. They come down the canal, they spread like the fucking clap.
You and me, we've been fighting since we was at school.
Yeah.
All right? Now also, we've been friends.
Well, why don't we discuss the border between the Italians and the Jews? Just write down peace. Just write down peace.
This is interesting, though. This is interesting. I'm actually really liking that we had a scene with Alpha and Sabina without the Peaky Blinders being in the location. Because obviously, you know, this is, what would you call it? This is a crew, they're a crew, they're a crew. They all want to be on the top. They don't actually care. Like, if you put a gun to Tommy's head and said, look, mate, you could literally F all of them off and you be the sole leader, would you do it? They'd drop him like that. They're only using them so that they can elevate themselves. They're not using them because they want to be part of them. That's the same as any of them. If they can throw one under the bus to raise back up to the top, it doesn't matter which one it is, they'll throw them under that bus. So obviously, he currently, Alpha, has got a deal with Tommy. I'm assuming that he's got a deal with Tommy because, like he was saying, Sabina is not let his lads in certain locations throughout the year. No bookies at a couple of the races. You know, he's been calling all the Jewish people names. And now, obviously, it seems like Tommy's coming here, he's taking over the area. You know, he's infiltrating everywhere. Kind of, Alfie was saying that they're spreading. But I don't know if he's just saying that to just agree with Sabini, just so that, obviously, he can kind of, like, get an agreement done. Or if he actually cares, you know what I mean? Because he kind of spreading to be on Alfie's side, to be honest. They're all there working for him, technically. So again, it's interesting. I like how them two had to sit down without Tommy being present anyway.
Mr. Thomas Shelby, madam.
Would you like a whiskey?
Ash,
We're not quite on the Birmingham Road.
it's a small diversion.
60 miles, I checked. The horse is still out on the gallops. But I had Mickey prepare this report. You can read it now if you like, and then we can go see her. Mickey says she has the lungs of an elephant. The race board will need convincing.
I imagine you have some influence.
That's a suggested program for the next 2 months.
Before I set off for Birmingham, the car needs oil.
My husband kept some in the garage. I can get someone to do it. Oh, we're so far away from anywhere people usually stay over. Especially before cars, when it was just carriages. People used to stay over all the time. Ignore this, it's actually all right.
How many 6 did he go through this show, man? Pure.
Now, do you have a map of the house? Do you have a map? I'm not going to be able to find my way in the dark. I'm going to leave my wing, and I'm going to come find you. And I'm going to turn the handle of your bedroom door without making a sound. And none of the maids will know.
7 shillings.
Them two are good looking though, aren't they? They would be a good power couple.
Everybody has a drink on per day.
Not me.
They won't serve a black man without a Shelby by his side.
So you're using me?
Got 2 pints of dark malt, please.
Fuck that. We're Peaky boys, 2 whiskies.
I don't drink with blacks.
Oh.
Here we fucking go. My dad is the preacher around here. He has connections, ask anybody.
Like his confidence.
Nigga.
Yeah, they can handle themselves. I like it.
That kid's a Peaky Blinder. He's Polly Shelby's son.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Get out. I didn't.
Get out the fucking pub.
No, I really didn't know.
Did you see his fucking face? He punched off the fucking kangaroo.
It's as easy as that.
It's easy as that, John Boy. London. You wouldn't believe it.
What if it's so good? Why are you here?
Decent pints.
Some idiots, the Marquis of Lawn, tried to stop me and Asaf from drinking, but it's all right. We fought them off.
Oh.
Only can hear me chips. Where are you going? Where I belong.
Come on, Tommy. Here we go.
Down and down coldness. Let's build a fire. Is this?
They're going to there then to do him in, aren't they? Look.
Behind his eyes and Joseph. Lift above. Is this desire enough?
You didn't didn't have to do that for me.
We didn't do it for you, Michael. We did it for the good name of the company.
That's mad, that, isn't it, mate? Oh, because, mate, all that stemmed, literally, didn't it? All of that stemmed because, obviously, that guy said that he didn't want to drink with someone that was dark-skinned, pretty much. You know what I mean? And, like, I've not even thought about it once in this show, to be honest. As soon as he said it, do you know, when he sat down in front of Michael and he said they won't serve a black man, I thought, do you know what, yeah? To be honest, racism would be going on hardcore in this time frame of the show. And we haven't actually seen it once, but then it got me thinking, have we actually seen any dark-skinned people in the show at all? Near enough every single one is... It is though, isn't it? Now I'm thinking about it. Near enough every single person that you see is white. You know, not even like Asian or African American or anything. Just all white men. So like when he said that was the first time in nearly 2 seasons, completion nearly, that I thought, you know what, yeah, there actually would be like proper racism and all that back in the day. And it's good. And then my mind switched to, it's good that he's kind of working with the Peaky Blinders, that they're accepting him. But like it's weird, isn't it? Because obviously today's society, everyone should be the same. Most people, you still get some people like that guy in the pub, but most people accept everyone. And that all stemmed because of him being an arsehole. Even the barman was telling him to stop. And then he's got his pub absolutely burnt down. And the guy's face was burnt as well.
Date has been set. 3 weeks from today. You checked out his house? There will be no consequences for you. I have given you my word.
Which I know to be worthless. If I should die, then you will die.
That's good. That is good. You always got to have a plan in place, haven't you? You know the game that you're in.
Ritz Hotel.
Hello?
Oh.
All got cut. I guess the telephone lines in England are not so good, huh?
She knows it. Oh, she's back in England. That's interesting. So she's not in New York. New York. Mate, what's she doing back here? Is she living here or what? You know, Campbell, he still loves her. He's got a picture of her in his wallet. You know what I mean? After all of that stuff. I mean, it was well weird last season when he was like, oh, I love you and all that. He was like his dad's best mate's kid, innit? And like, she's like, no chance, mate. Got with Tom, he's fuming. Like, obviously hates Tommy, doesn't he? Still plans to give him the news, doesn't he? After they've carried out this... Is it this one mission that they're doing for him? No, it's obviously a high-profile person. You know, Churchill's involved in it. He wants it to happen. Obviously, it's agreed to open the shipping lanes for Tommy to send his crew through his whiskey to New York. Do you know what I mean? The good stuff. And also, like, he's willing to obviously let him do the crime pretty much, but then after it, do the time as he'd get killed. He's give the green light as well for Campbell to kill him. Now, I like how Tommy said, mate, your word is nothing, you know. We've seen it over the first season and this one, that whatever you say, we don't trust. So you're saying that I'll be okay if a police officer dies? Man, I don't believe you. And I think that my own life is probably at risk as well, so I've been putting my affairs in order. And just so you know that if anything happens to me, something happens to you, if I die, you die. Everybody's in on it and we'll take you out. So it's good that he's got a contingency. Actually, like I went to the guy's house to scope it out. What did he say? 23 or 13 seconds or something, he said. It took from him parking up for an officer to come over. Now, he's obviously just asked Campbell, like, is he going to take care of the coppers that are obviously stood around his house? And he said, no, if we do that, we raise suspicions. You'll have to do it yourself. So probably the best way, in my opinion, to do something is create a diversion either in the neighbourhood or around the vicinity of that location that would divert, obviously, people's attention. Can have a car blowing up, a fire, a crime, you know, a robbery, that the police are going to be focusing on that scenario over there, and then Tommy can, like, sneak in the back and take this guy out. But it looks like he's, well, one, high profile, big massive house that he was in, with guards all over, and in his book, you know, his, like, profile or whatever, that Tommy was looking at his file, it was a picture of him dressed in his army gear, which, again, is interesting. So I don't know if Tommy's going to go through with it or not. I know that, obviously, he said that he's going to right now, but it was the Irish are working with the police, and then he was that guy that was annoying. Do you know the guy that was like dead cocky in the first episode that put the gun to him, to his head, and then he was again dead cocky sat at the table here today. Tom was like, he is a double agent, mate. He's working for somebody else. He's not just working for them. He's passing information across. I'm not going to do any of it until he's gone. Next day, guy's been found in the coals, aren't there, in Birmingham. So they took him out for him. They committed to it. So it's interesting as well, mate. You see it, Michael and his mate there, involved in a fight. stood up as well for themselves, managed to fight off. Like, it was like 4 men, some Scousers that was in that Birmingham pub, on it seemed like, and they held their own. Obviously, they've gone back, told John and Arthur what's just happened, and then they've gone and retaliated by burning the whole pub down. So again, it's interesting that you see it, that they just instigate. Well, they're not the instigator, but pretty much like they could create a rod for their own back, i.e. this could just be another person that they could rub the wrong way that could come after them. As well as what they're going on with Sabini. We don't know what's happening with Alpha. And then they burnt this pub down. You got the Irish as well. There's so many people that could actually come after Tommy that you need to watch it. You don't want to keep creating more enemies. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. So Tommy has had a bit of fling, bit of action with May, his horse trainer. You know, her husband is obviously not in the mix. Seems like he passed away. She's obviously well rich. She's got this big, massive mansion. And obviously she's training Tommy's horse. She's obviously concluded that it's good to run in certain areas. I don't know if she said it's good to soften stuff like that, you know, like on the ground that it's best running at. It's got a little pump in its step. She's saying that she's got a schedule there that she thinks that the races is best for it to obviously take part in. And then obviously, like, they've had a little connection. They've ended up sleeping together. While that's happening, we've seen the total chaos that's been going on back in Birmingham, where they've burnt down a pub because one of the lads, obviously Michael's mate, one of the blinders, he's obviously like not white, and a bit of racism was going on first time we've seen it, and he got what was coming to him. They got absolutely beaten up by the 2 lads, and then they got the pub burnt down. So that was really interesting. It's the first time we've seen that. We've seen Sabini and obviously Alpha. They was kind of, I don't even know what he was doing. It looked like he was cutting a deal anyway. Obviously, like, Alfie's got one with Tommy, but if he comes and offers him a better one, like I said, it doesn't really matter in this game, in this business. People just throw anybody under the bus. It's not about making relationships. It's about what you can have to get to the top, pretty much, isn't it? So, do you know what I mean? If he's cut a deal with Tommy, and then obviously Sabini comes and offers him a better one, gives him more chances of putting his own, like, bookies and crew into all the race days, then obviously he's going to accept that one. Now, it does seem like the Peaky Blinders are expanding massively in London, heavily. Like, there's loads of him in there. And, like, obviously, like, he acknowledged as well that they're all over, they're infiltrating everywhere. But that could be a good thing if you've got a relationship. If the Jewish people and obviously the Peaky Blinders have got a solid relationship, then the more the better, to be honest, because it's a mutual, you know, like a mutual agreement. Now, what I thought was interesting as well is Arthur returned back to the place where they first went, when obviously they went in, had a drink, had a fight with a couple of people, and then left, and Sabini come and obviously attacked Tommy. Because of it, they returned to that same exact location, but this time they attacked everybody. They stabbed a couple of them, and they said it's under new management, so they've actually taken control of that facility themselves. Also, Arthur, it looks like he's getting addicted to the cocaine, to be honest. He seems like he's taking money out of the blinders, using company money to buy it. He's been trying to pass it off as olives and onions, you know, like you put inside your drinks and that. And Tommy's obviously seeing right through it. He's saying that we only said we're going to do it for big days and race days, and you need to get it under control. Which I agree, to be honest. I was going to mention it. If Tommy didn't mention it, I was going to mention it like after the scene, because we have seen him sniffing it quite a lot. And I've been wondering where he gets it from and obviously how much it is. Again, you know, Michael now is working for the business as an accountant. Polly wants him to stay in the straight and narrow, so he's trying to keep him on the new side of the business, not the old. And obviously he said that he hopes to have the business 80% running legally in the next 3 years, which I actually think is pretty decent, that he's actually trying to get a legal business, but he don't want to pay no tax, mate. He said it at the docking yard, didn't he? We don't pay no tax. Now, also, what was pretty interesting is, like I said, he's got with this May, and we also see Grace is back now. Now it's going to be, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how Tommy reacts when he sees Grace in the present, because his horse is called Grace's something. I forgot what he actually said it was, but like if he starts catching feels for this woman, and then obviously sees Grace as well, maybe at the race days, because her husband does seem like he's a bit welfare. You know, it's going to be interesting to see his reactions to those scenarios. But that's where the currently are. Hopefully, guys do enjoy today's episode. If you did, please smash a like. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.